good, my family? This is the NRW's podcast, Something or Nothing. I am the first Kage, Roohkage. I am here with my family, my loved ones. It's good seeing you guys. We got the first lady of the NRW over here, Tranquil. How you doing, girl?
Oh, I am good. I'm tired running around like a mad woman. But things are looking up. I definitely see I'm getting in my little public figure bag. I'm working on it. I'm working
There
on
you
it.
go.
Yeah, but what about you, Kuya? How you doing?
Yo, I've been putting in work, man. I've been putting a lot of work in. Like this, it's too much to talk about, to be honest with you. Like, but because you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know, I do a lot of shit, but sometimes it can feel like you're bragging, but I'm just putting in work. I got dreams, I got goals I'm trying to achieve. And just like, sometimes when people ask me that, like, and I respect y'all asking me, but like when people ask you like, man, I'm putting in work and I'm trying to go for my dreams. There's a lot of things that are happening. Some I can talk about, some I can't talk about. But like when you start to run off stuff and then you look at the other person's face, and then I don't want to make that other person feel bad because you know what I'm saying? Because I know they're trying to get that paper too. And I know I'm just blessed because of the opportunity. I know I'm blessed because I put the time in. So anything that I'm getting is because I put that hard work in. And sometimes people don't respect that. And they think that automatically that, I should be getting that paper too or whatever. But bro, you ain't put the same kind of work I put in. So don't be mad at me. But you know what I'm saying? So like when I visit back home, but it's been a minute since I visited back home. But like when you visit like cats you grew up with, or you hit them up online or whatever, sometimes like the feeling is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to share because, bro, then it creates some kind of weird riff or just strife that, like, dog, can we just go back to just when we have shit and we just kicking it? You know what I'm saying? I just want that love. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I'm just working because I got goals. I know how I got to achieve it. And the people that know me and know that I love, like y'all, you know what I'm saying? If I can big up and bring people with me, I'm bringing motherfuckers with me. The people that know, I bring y'all with me. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff popping.
Yeah.
I'm going to let people know, yo, what's good? If I get a certain opportunity, I'm going to hook my people up to share that opportunity, So I'm putting in work. And a lot of announcements are going to be coming soon. I'm blessed, man. And, but at the same time, I still don't feel like I'm working hard enough. Like, yeah, like there's a lot of other goals I want to achieve. I'm seeing friends that I've seen help and build up, and I've seen different groups that I've rocked with build up, seeing them shine. But then also, all the work I put in certain respects to certain things, not seeing any love back when I'm like, come on now. The only reason you there is because I kind of did some work there too. But, reality in life is what it is. You just can only do what you can do at that time and handle it. And, all of that to say, man, I'm thankful for y'all and I've missed y'all's faces and it's great to be back doing this again. That's it.
Hell yeah, man.
Bro, what you up to, dog? Or did we already go through it? I know you cutting hair and all that and killing it. Man, but I miss your face. And
I miss yours, brother. I'm cool. Life has its ups and downs. I'm sure we all know that far by now. But I'm surviving. I got a roof over my head. I got loved ones near me. I got y'all around to be sharing moments of life with. That's all that really matters to me. So I'm good. Cool. Content's coming out good. I got the other podcasts I'm doing with other homies. That's been going straight. Oh. I've recently, and this, I think it's like me publicly first saying it, but I'm recently starting to kind of like write music again. So, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. What's the stand-up thing doing? How's that rocking? Last time we talked. Oh, Rue, we lost Rue.
Oh no,
Rue dropped off. Rue,
no.
You know what? Rue will come back and Tranquil will have to keep it going. I think, he was in his car. You're in here. Here he comes. Rue's coming back in. There we go. You're in your car. I guess, Rue, here we go. Rue's back. All good.
I don't know what happened at all. It just kicked me out of the room, but we back, like you said.
Back. We can keep it rocking.
Yeah, man. But man. Yeah, it's all good. But dang, I definitely threw me off. Do you even know where I was at? I know I was just kind of catching up, and we were
that's all we're
talking about it.
That's all.
Yeah, so but music. So yes. And you were asking about stand-up.
I was asking you about stand-up.
Stand-up.
What's the latest on that? Yeah.
So I have been meeting people. I have been like writing jokes and everything here and there. I have a little log. I am waiting to take a writing course when it pops back up. But
Okay.
like I was saying previously, life's been getting in the way, ups and downs, trying to like manage things like on the home front because if your house ain't in order, your outside world ain't gonna be order. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
So,
Real talk.
I'm just at 25, I'm just trying to be an adult, I guess. that's
Good luck.
that's literally
Good
it. Good
luck,
luck.
man.
I'm doing my best out here because it's
There we
not
go.
easy
Yo,
for this
yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
But we're just doing it.
I gotta
But
tell you, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, "Do you feel like an adult?" I don't know if there's like a moment where you just like pass a threshold when you're like, "Hey, adult." I think it's kids. I really do because I feel like I don't feel like I'm like I do adult things, but I'm such a kid at heart.
I
I feel
feel
you. I
that.
think it's subjective. I think it because there's so many different aspects of what an adult is. There's paying
Mhm.
bills. There's having to like be there for a younger generation. If you just so happen to be a parent, like there's having to deal with the actual world and what goes on with politics and all that kind of stuff. Even though you don't want to be in it, like there's all those kinds of things. But I just feel like being an adult for me right now is actually trying to like break down everything that I feel like wasn't taught to me the right way, in what I find is the right way how to live life, and trying to like build more healthier practices or having more like I don't know. And that's another problem. When you're 25, you don't know how to talk yet. Like I don't really think you understand how to like process emotions and feelings and put them out into sentences
Straight
until
up.
you probably hit in your 30s. Because even when I've been talking to you guys for as many podcasts as we have, I still find myself having hard times to come sometimes compile my thoughts and make sure that they actually sound right and people can understand me. But
No
that could
doubt.
also just be me being like self-conscious maybe,
But no,
or too much
I gotta
weed.
commend you on that, man. It's beautiful that you're cognizant of that because a lot of cats aren't. And so the fact that you're aware of that is very mature. And I love that, man. I gotta
I
give you pounds,
appreciate
real
it.
straight up lessons on that, real talk. Because a lot of cats, I'll say I was kind of like at that age, same because you and I are kind of the same person, but like a lot of
Right.
cats that aren't us that I know, and I'm sure you're aware of the cats that aren't cognizant of those aspects.
Yeah, everyone my
They're
age
doing
is about
stupid
to
shit.
party right now, and
So
that's cool. I understand.
yeah,
We all have a right, if especially we have a privilege. I'll say that we have a privilege to like be young in this country and
true.
enjoy our 20s and everything like that. So I definitely don't try to like get on my generation too much about that type of shit. I just think like you go through certain things in life and that sends you down certain paths and that makes you have a certain type of like mentality, and that just is what it is. And I've gone through certain things in my life
Mm,
that have kind of just sped up the aging process, I feel. You
mm,
know what I mean? That's why cats like you and me can actually like get on the same level, whereas like somebody else that's my age is probably gonna be hard for you to connect.
real,
So
bro. Go
these are
ahead,
the
go
these
ahead, go
these
ahead.
are the very few moments where what I say makes sense.
There we go.
Because the other time I'm just a dumb 25-year-old.
Well,
But
don't be a dumb 25-year-old sometimes.
I'm
Please
Yes.
do.
trying. I got it.
Please
I got to.
do.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Because, I hit 30. And, I
You
don't
look
look,
younger than me.
thank you. uh, it was like, I was like, man, 20s went by quick. Like, they go by fast. And, like, I will say I've definitely, like who you say, I'm not saying this to brag or anything, but I've been very fortunate in terms of being able to do a lot of things, travel,
Sure.
go places, see people. And so, I have a little bit more experiences coming in through that way. But I
Hmm.
enjoyed my 20s. Like I definitely did
Good.
crazy stuff in my 20s.
From the
So
stories you've told us, it sounds like you've had a great life.
I can't even say that things didn't get really bad. Well, not bad, but like things didn't
Right.
like hit the fence for me until like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I had like a straight, it was an up tilt the whole time, and then life was like, you've rolled too many. You've rolled too many here. We're gonna roll some ones now, and I'm like,
Hmm.
ah. But and then the pandemic and it hit everybody. So
Sure.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But I think this has been a very despite everything, I feel like now that things are a little bit more open, People are starting to move a little bit more again, now that the freedom is back to a certain extent.
I feel that. Yeah, it feels good to be out again for sure.
It does.
Yo, real talk. I also have to say, wildly enough, like you're talking about adjustments, both of y'all, and life and growing up and mentality. What's crazy for me, kind of on the other side of things, like, and I don't think I'm that old, you know what I'm saying? But I'm an older head, but like, but y'all know I'm an older head. I've been in the game, I got out of the military in 2000. I've now been 20 years as like in like real professional settings and job wise and everything, and careers as a filmmaker, as a comics creator, as all these different things. And I'm like, now, as y'all know, I think since the last time we recorded, I took a new position at another spot. But I'm going to also make that my last time doing that kind of business, if you will, to pursue all these other dreams and goals that I've been working on and building throughout the years now. Cause I've now built up some comfortability there, like houses and homes and, vehicles. And, your boy's been blessed. Right. And I'm now in a position where I'm making stupid money, doing less work, which is what we all build up for. Right. But it's just 100%. Weird. I honestly got to tell y'all, and I'm telling y'all, and this is the first time I'm like real talking outside of my wife, to people outside, friends wise, like it's a weird to be in this position because I still feel very young at heart, but I guess I built myself now, and it's like I kind of don't know what to do with myself, and I think I told Anita, like, when I get free time, I'm then filling it with other shit, right? Because I just don't understand how to handle this free time. Everybody knows that your boy puts in work, and I'm like, oh, I got more time. I'm gonna add more work because I got goals I'm trying to have happen, and it's weirdly surreal. And like when I'm at different places and I'm talking to different people, it's just when you get into that point, and then as an adult and professional, it's just crazy. I don't know, it's blowing my mind sometimes. And every time every day I get into like a certain situation, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, because I still feel like that knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know who this person is, but I'm doing it. And as much as I think I'm not achieving enough, I got to give myself a pound. And if anybody's in that situation, give yourself a pound, man. You put in that work.
Man, I can't wait.
It's just weirdly
I'm trying to be like you. I cannot wait to be rich. That is the goal.
Yeah, bro. No, seriously, but you're a perfect example of what it's like to actually put in years on years of work, like on top of still kind of like staying connected to what you love, which is ultimately, comic book, pop culture, all the types of things that I see behind you. And now you're at the point in life where you got to make it a career. And that's why you probably feel so like, because what I hear is passion. I hear you say you stacking on, but I just hear you're excited to keep like having different opportunities that you probably wish you had earlier, but at least like you feeling this surrealness of like you getting the opportunity you always been striving for.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually feel now I'm ready for it. Back then, I guess a little knucklehead, I think I was, I'm ready for it now. But you know what? Now thinking at it, my journey is my journey. And I think now I definitely appreciate more. I know the moves to make in certain respects. There's certain moves that you look back on sometimes and like, man, I should have done that. But to me, then I would have compromised myself in different ways. But you know what? It is what it is. And, I just can't wait for it to happen. Like, and there's just so many different things that are popping off in prospects and projects, and like, man, I just can't wait. And then to be able to give back, what I'm saying? And then to be able to uplift, and then hopefully with y'all, what I'm saying? Like the people I know that has been grinding with me, I can't wait, man, because we're there. It's just,
yes, sir.
Just a little bit, just patience, having that patience, man. But I got to talk, what I'm saying? We said we weren't going to talk about it, but I feel I got to talk about it just a little bit. You want to talk about it? I've been telling myself don't talk about it, but at the same time, I need to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to give it light. Why don't you go ahead and bring up the scenario?
But let's bring it up. But afterwards, let's talk at least a little positive positivity that came out of the night, because there was a lot of hard work into the nominees that they put in as well.
And I will say I kind of boycotted it off, but I didn't watch it. It's only Twitter dragged me into it because of what went down. I peeped it, but then I came back out. because there was a lot of Asian racism nonsense that I was like, a lot of Asians were boycotting the shit straight up. And I was one of them, but go ahead, brother.
Okay. So, I mean, basically this is going to come out. Everyone's going to know what happened at the Oscars. I mean, besides them being given out, but you know, basically Chris Rock gave a very inappropriate joke to Jada Pinkett Smith, wife of Will Smith. And he took it in a way that, in my opinion, shouldn't have led to what it have led to, just for the like sheer like impact that he did. He basically just struck Chris in the mouth. It was open palm, I will say that. It wasn't closed fist or anything like that. But you know, I think that it's a real tricky situation because there's a lot of gray areas. Obviously, there comes consequences to talking about a man's wife, especially in front of him. You know, I'm not married per se. I am in a relationship. There are certain things that I would have to stand up for my lady if somebody says something to her. At the same time, I am not one of the world's biggest stars. And I do not know what it's like to have a whole publicity team behind me, making sure I do certain movements to make sure don't get, I don't know, canceled, because that's a big part of our society now, or anything. I know we all have like, you know, mixed emotions about this type of shit. I know you two personally are more on Will's side about understanding on where he came from. I, on the other hand, I wouldn't say I'm against it. I'm not with Chris either. I think it was a distasteful joke for sure. I am also a big advocate for, like, you know, comedians and the comedy community as a whole, and the right of the freedom of speech, you know what I mean? But also comes with freedom of speech, you know, freedom to kind of protect your home and everything like that. So it's like I said, it's a very tricky situation. I don't really feel like we should be given the okay to, you know, strike up someone that's performing whenever we see fit because of, you know, you disagree with what they said, even if it pertains to you. I also am a firm believer that, like, if you don't find something funny, don't laugh. If you want to handle it outside of the performance, I don't know, that's on you. But it's like, when you're a person of influence, I feel like you really do got to watch and be careful on how you present yourself to the masses, because people are just way too impressionable, and they'll think whatever you do is okay because of where you're at and your status. But I'd love to hear everybody else's opinion. I know I'm talking everybody's ears off right now.
No. Go ahead, man. Let it out. We'll each get our turn.
Okay. I mean, but I mean, that's
okay.
Tranquil. Yes, please go ahead.
I just think this is a very unfortunate situation all around. I don't think anybody wins in this situation. I feel like I don't condone what he did. I'm not saying that was the move. But I do think Will Smith is tired. I do think Will Smith is tired. And he's been tired. I mean, not just this Jada thing, although Jada is like the main focus of it. People have been clowning Will Smith for his entirety of his career. He's too soft. He doesn't cuss. He's not in gangster movies. He plays this thing. He plays that thing. He's not black enough. He doesn't really do music. And I was like, do you guys understand? I don't think you guys understand that Will Smith ran the entirety of the 90s and a good chunk of the 2000s. He ran it. He owned in music and in movies. And I was like, he's been playing Mr. Respectable. He's been rated G for everybody for 35 years. And then he loses it one time. And now people are trying to take everything from him. And I just don't see the equal exchange. And I think it's funny that people are clutching their pearls when these same people on the internet threaten people with violence on a regular basis. It's like the norm to do this. So the fact that somebody finally reacts on their emotions, people are acting brand new. I'm really confused by that notion. I do commend Chris Rock for keeping it pushing. and not, returning,
energy with
the
energy.
the energy, not returning the energy.
Yeah.
But this is also not the first time. I think it was, not only was it in poor taste, it's extremely hypocritical. Chris Rock made a whole documentary about Black women's hair only to make fun of Black women's hair. His whole thing was to make sure his daughters don't grow up with this problem, only to make jokes about it to another Black woman at another Black woman's expense. I'm like, it's giving hypocrite. It's giving, you were just doing it for a bag, and you're just doing this for a bag too. And like, I understand comedians, they get to say, I mean, I feel like there should be some limits somewhere. Like, the idea that comedians have autonomy to do whatever they want, to me, is ridiculous. Like, it's, y'all not that special. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like, just like they aren't that special, comedians aren't that special. Like, why are they the only ones that are able to say whatever they want and be free of consequences? I don't get that ideology. You can say what you want, but expect a response.
There we go. So to go on with my point of view, I echo everything Anita said, Tranquil said. Like, that's exactly, it's a very sad situation. And I think I told it to you both earlier, man. It's just, that's why, because I didn't want to talk about it, but then I feel like we need to talk about it because everybody's talking about it. It's the slap heard around the world. But not, yeah, I echo everything Anita said. Although the one thing I would say is I think comedians should be able to talk freely, but but how Anita ended it, the one caveat though is, you fuck around, you're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. If it's gonna happen. So sooner or later, you just gotta be. That's gonna happen. I don't want comedian friends. I have a ton of comedian friends that do stand up. We have Glenn that's on the channel. We have Loy Lee that's a comedian. My good buddy Mitch Narito, who Rue's good friends with. We have my boy Eric Esteban. All these comedian friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have love for the comedians. I think comedians should be able to say what they want to say. But if I'm in the room, like I said, earlier, I'm so saddened about what happened. But if it was me, I would have done the same fucking thing that Will did. I can't be mad at what he did. I'm mad at the situation. I'm disappointed and sad about the situation. Chris Rock made a joke. It was a bad taste, poor joke. And if there's, as we all know, and everybody's like looking into the history of what happened, there's history there, which is very sad. Chris Rock needed to apologize to Jada. That should have happened, but we didn't get that. We just had Will acted upon seeing his girl, be insulted. He did what he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saddened all the way around. I wish there would have been, like, instead of a slap, I would have came in there, motherfucker, apologize to my girl right now. We ain't doing the Oscars until you apologize to my girl right now. Like, that would have been better. I would have loved that instead of an assault, violence or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not that it isn't violence, because there's a lot of Karens out there that are like, he violated. Nah, this is how street people handle stuff. Sometimes action's gonna be actions. You're gonna get a reaction. Man on man, we gonna handle business right there. It ain't taking it to guns or real hardcore violence, but we just gonna handle business. But so, like, again, I understand what my man did, but Chris Rock was wrong for that. But again, as a comedian, you do what you're gonna do, but you're gonna get a reaction. But, like, I'm just so saddened about the whole thing. And then and also for the optics of it, as people of color, you know what I'm saying? People watch what we do. You know what I'm saying? History Hollywood's gonna watch. Now people are gonna think it's okay to do that. And you shouldn't just be doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this to now be a thing that we feel we can act up like that.
I mean, okay, I will say I don't know if I can agree with the now that people think it's going to be the thing to do for comedians. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I mean, also, we're talking about the Oscars here. Everybody's talking about this hoity-toity, the best classy Oscars. Okay, yeah, the Oscars still gave Weinstein his Oscars, and he still has them, and they never took them from him. Like they hand things to pedophiles left and right. But the ones that made international news that is overtaking the Ukraine war is about a black guy. If they didn't want
Yeah.
this to be a thing, they would push that right out the window. The media has control of all of it. They have control of all of it. And if they didn't want it there, it wouldn't be there. So I don't think it sets a new precedent. He's not the first dude to come out of the crowd and punch a comedian. That is absolutely not new. Um, and it's like, well, people forgot. West Philadelphia, born and raised. He's been saying it for 35 years. He's just now decided he wants to show it. I'm like, people just really, I don't know when it became okay to just treat people like dog shit because they're famous. Like, I don't remember when
I think that's
it was
always been a
okay
thing.
to do that.
I think it's literally always been like even in like, olden times, I feel like people like that decide to take the decision to kind of be a face to the public and everything, like you kind of sign up for ridicule on top of the praise. Like I feel like everything's kind of like a balance, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have supporters, you're gonna have haters. You can't not have one without the other. Personally, that's just how I see it.
I mean, I feel like there's haters, sure, and there's critiques. You know, I don't know. I don't subscribe to the idea that just because you're famous, you should accept punishment. Like, I don't agree with that. Like, people don't become
Yeah.
famous and sign a contract saying, I'm no longer human. You can treat me however you want because I'm famous now. Like, I don't get that. And I feel like he's been silent for his entire career.
Mhm.
His whole career, he has been quiet.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's unfortunate. I do not condone the slap, but I'm also not going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm not throwing them away for it. And I think that's
Yeah.
what everybody else is doing. I think that's whack.
Real talk. I'm with you on that.
I hear you. I definitely think I definitely think this is one of those things where like sides are like torn on that kind of shit. I myself, I'm always just staying out of shit. I'm watching things. I personally fucking hate the Oscars. It's a popularity contest. But on the other note, let's talk some positive.
I want to do that. And actually,
the nominees.
Oh, you want to talk on that? There's a whole other thing I want to hear from you because I've missed you, man. And it's something that we try to get popping, but WB failed us. The Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're Mr. DC Comics, man. Did you see the Batman and your thoughts?
Come on, man. Yeah, of course. Of course I've seen it.
Of course you did.
I mean, it's plain and simple. It's not the best Batman movie, but it is tied with The Dark Knight as the best Batman movie.
So you give The Dark Knight the edge for you?
No, it's just you watch them for different things. Like
Gotcha.
you get.
So what's
your
best
different...
Batman movie then? What's your ranking?
Top 3. Literally top. It's top 3. I'll have to put the Batman first because like that's the one that gets me really excited when I watch it right now. Okay. I feel like lists fluctuate as we live, but like yes, the Batman, The Dark Knight. And are we counting the Joker as a Batman movie or no? Because he's not really.
He can.
Then Joker.
Okay.
Because like, just that's a fucking crazy good movie too.
Okay.
But I've been a critique of this for many years. I do not like the Burton films. Never have, never will. I love the first one. I love the first 2.
Okay.
I love Michael Keaton and I love who is it? Val Kilmer? Yeah. I love those 2, but just like for coming from a fan of the character, I just feel like it wasn't represented very well. I just love seeing different portrayals, and I know that's what that is, it's a different portrayal. But anyway, let me just give you my critique on the Batman.
Yeah.
I love how the Riddler was the main villain. I thought that it's because it's basically like year 1, year 2 of him actually being fresh out of being a new hero and everything like that. He's still a vigilante. Nobody really knows him. But at the same time, it's just so raw. You really have to think like a detective and watch it the way that it's being shot. I have so many different like emotions on this movie, so it might sound a little chopped up and screwed, but it's like there's so many layers. There were so many layers with, Penguin, Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, which she killed it. She's now my favorite Catwoman. Then Michelle Pfeiffer. After that, I love Halle Berry, but just no. And then what else? I'm sure everybody's heard about the deleted scene by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how they didn't put it in, but I'm glad they filmed it. And if anything, it's kind of dope that they release. I kind of look at it like it's a post-credit scene that's just got dropped like 2 weeks or whatever after the film. So I think it's a cool expansion on the world, and I'm really excited to see what happens with that. But I think this is probably one of the most raw, more realistic forms of Batman and that whole universe that we're going to get. And also, shout outs to, I'm so sorry, I don't remember the actor's name, but my man who played Jim Gordon. Like, this was the first time you actually see Batman and Jim Gordon working as partners doing the thing throughout the movie. Whereas we're usually so used to just like Jim Gordon popping in and out whenever there's a crime scene or needs to be calling Batman. Like, that's usually whenever we see him.
Shout
So
out
I thought
to
it was
Jeffrey
dope,
Wright.
man.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, thank you. Yes, he killed it. He really did. I love all the little nodes that are like, kind of like Easter eggs that pop up. I know that I heard the Hush, who is also another Batman villain in there. So, I can't wait to see what they do with the franchise. I know they're dropping 2 shows that are going to be extensions of the universe. I hope they kind of like do something. I don't really say go in with the DCEU because they don't need that. They're already doing their own thing. I hear that they just did a merger with WB and that they might be bringing the Snyderverse back. So on that, I'll do any coverage you want with that shit, man. I'll fucking be all over that shit.
The Snyderverse stuff, man.
It needs to. I know, but I'm a full-on supporter that shit is what we need, because we need to see it all out and playing into
I need the Snyderverse to go away. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
That's
not
that.
Going nowhere.
Most people that I know that are Snyderverse people, bro, I hate to say it, are
mega
hat wearing.
It's a terrible fan base.
Boys.
I don't claim them. I see the greater picture. It's just we are in a very toxic community of nerds and people of fans in general. You know what I mean? Fans are sometimes can be the worst thing for a franchise.
Yeah,
but it just is what it is. I like.
Unfortunate for you, to me, most of those cats are Snyderverse guys, and that's just.
Yeah, same with Marvel, dude. I hate those cats that like try to put up against, because you can't put DC up against Marvel as even though they are
DC
carbon
versus
copies,
Marvel cats are
very different. Love them both for their own individual reasons. That's literally it. I can love Marvel just as much as DC, but you're always going to find a connection with characters more than others, even though they're probably the same version, a little different on the other side. And that's like symbolism for how I think we need to just be as humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, there are some things where it's just you can't cross, like racism and shit. We ain't gonna even fucking like fuck with cats on that. But it's more just like we should be allowed to disagree, still kind of get through shit and just keep it pushing. Because if we don't, we're going to stay stuck and fucking society's going to fall and all kinds of crazy conspiracies that people be putting out there are just going to come true. So fuck that.
What do you think, Tranquil? And did you see Batman?
No.
No. Oh, that's right. Weren't you still on the cruise or whatever? Or you just was busy with other shit?
Busy with other shit.
Okay.
DC is never my priority. I will wait.
Yeah. But I had to find out from our DC guy, though. That's what I had to ask.
That shit was great.
Like, I've heard a lot of positive things about it. I'm not gonna lie. From the jump, I was like, I don't want no sparkles in this movie. If I see one glow, I'm losing everything. And like, from what I've seen, people are like, it's the most realistic. I'm like, is it the most realistic or is it just the most gory? Like,
most realistic for sure. It ain't gory at all.
Okay. Because people are just, only thing I see people talking about are the fight scenes. I'm like, is there anything else?
Yeah, the way that they have like crime scenes set up, and like the way he actually kind of like configures out, like he's facing the Riddler. There's nothing but just like obstacles and riddles that he's having to face and decode and everything. So there's that, but there's also like a deeper dive into like the class systems of how like things are separated, and it gets a little political, but it's cool.
Okay. I mean, I
Yeah,
believe you. Like I said, I've heard a lot of good things. Like I mean, I have no expectations anyway, but like I was like, Batman is about the only thing that pulls me to DC. Because I was a really big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. I really did
same.
enjoy that whole situation. A little bit of hiccups in the third movie, but overall it was, pretty good. Um,
Hmm.
and like ever since then, I'm just been like everything's kind of mid. Um, so I just haven't been, and honestly, Wonder Woman was it 1980? Was it 86 or
Or
83?
I don't know. I didn't like the sequel
84.
either.
yeah.
Oh man, like after that catastrophe, I was like, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. Like I was barely doing it before, but I definitely can't do it no more. Cause like the first Wonder Woman was all right. I was like, this ain't bad. I mean, Gal
Except for the
Gadot too.
final act. The final
It was
battle
Yeah,
corny.
was
that
garbage,
was the
but the
weakest part.
majority
But
Everything
of it
like,
had
was
to.
good.
it wasn't a bad.
75% of it was good.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, I could deal with that.
Yeah.
I could deal with that. But like, all of that movie was bad. Everything about it was bad. So I was like, all that controversy, and this is what we got.
Yeah.
I feel you. I definitely feel you.
I could go into, and then I could go into the whole Justice League, Snyder versus Justice League.
every side got their hiccups. I'll say that.
Huh?
Every side got their hiccups. I'll say that.
No, for sure.
Anyway, we'll move past it, but I wanted to get your 2 cents in, Rue, because I have a big
I
problem.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
No,
I
you're
had to
good.
hear your opinion. So other positive vibes, energy. Let's energy exchange some more positive vibes. Rue, I mean Tranquil, what you got now that you want to bring in before we get up out of here?
Like, yeah, I haven't really been like outside of the vacation I went on a Star Trek cruise, everybody. It was great. Highly recommend. Like I'm trying to see if I've watched any new media in recent times. I'm actually catching up on the latest season of Star Trek. I don't know well if some on. I started Vox Machina. It's funny as hell. Funny. But I don't know. What do y'all recommend? What are y'all watching?
I'm about to start the new Halo series probably tonight. I didn't had that on my list that I want to watch. But as of things that I'm watching, just more DC stuff. Like there's an animated show called not Justice League. It's Young Justice Outsiders. It's like they have human trafficking and a bunch of stuff. It's really good. It's really good. Have y'all ever heard of an anime called Way of the House Husband?
Yes, and now there's a live action on Netflix.
There's a live action.
Live action?
Yeah, there's a live action now on Netflix.
Really?
I saw it over the weekend. Well, I didn't watch it, but I saw when you're scrolling, I saw it on the scroll.
My girlfriend's gonna go crazy. She loves that show.
Yeah,
I saw
check
the
it out.
anime. It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
It's really funny. Yeah, I watch that just to pass time sometimes.
yeah. I was
That's funny.
scrolling on Netflix over the weekend. I was like, oh, because my daughter talked about the anime with my wife, and then so it's like on the list for them to watch or whatever. And then when I was scrolling, I was like, oh shit, there's a live action joint now. Yeah, check it out on Netflix.
Have y'all seen the Adam Project yet? I just watched that.
I have not watched that yet, but I've heard a lot of
so good
videos about it.
It's so good. It's a real. I was crying a lot, but that's like without giving too many spoilers or anything like that. The character is like there's a father that passes away, and my dad died, so I'm very connected to that and shit. And just like things that happen in that movie are very like triggering for those who lost their fathers. So I'm like just crying through the whole thing, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list. It's definitely on my to-do list to check out.
I'll have to brace myself because I also lost my dad, so I don't know. I have to pick a time for that kind of drama.
Have some tissues at the ready.
I'm about to say tissues and pillows to hold, just like. But it's funny. Ryan Reynolds kills it. I love Mark Ruffalo. I have a theory that this movie is actually in the same universe as 13 going on 30, and when you watch it, you might see it. So let me know next time I talk to you because I have a theory.
Okay.
Well, I got a couple recommendations. Moon Knight.
Yes.
I've been able to watch it, but the rest of the world, hopefully you'll all be able to see it. Well, you'll be seeing it soon. Can't wait. There's only 6 episodes. I got to see 4. I just need the final 2, but y'all ain't even seen 1. So like, tune in. Oscar
Oh, you've
Isaac.
seen the first season all, as a whole already.
Pretty much. Yeah, it was like astronomical that they gave us 4 episodes. So check out Moon Knight when that drops. On HBO Max, Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty is so good. It's now streaming a new episode every week or Sunday. Great series. I interviewed the director or the EP showrunner, Jim Hecht. But it's a good, it's an awesome show if you're a Laker fan, basketball fan, 80s, how the Lakers dynasty came together. That's amazing. And then my wife just got me hooked on a show she's checking out called Minx. That's on HBO Max as well. It's I forgot the name of the young woman that's in it, but there's this other cat that was on damn it, I can't even remember the name of that show. Zoe Deschanel, whatever her show was. Jeff Johnson, whatever his name is. He was in that show. But Minx is about like this feminist who just wants to, write stories about feminism and just women empowerment, but isn't finding a venue. So this porn guy is like, yo, why don't you write for me? And we'll, and women deserve to see peen and all that, you know what I'm saying? And, and it takes place in the 70s. And so she starts a nudie mag called Minx with essentially like a Playgirl, but where she can also tell her stories and stuff. It's really good. And my wife got me hooked up on it. A lot of nudity. So there's a lot of ding dongs, there's a lot of boobs, there's a lot of bush. So you're going to see everything, got everything for everybody. But it's really good, written really well, and has a message to it about female empowerment and just inclusion. And we should, women could just be as dirty as men can be, you know what I'm saying? But it's just not outright like that. And, saying there's a message to it. And I appreciate that. And it's beautiful. So Minx and Winning Time on HBO Max, give them some love. And I also the Pam and Tommy story on Hulu. If y'all peep that out, I don't know if y'all are big into that. I was a big Pamela Anderson fan back in the day. So to see them I know that story well about when the sex tape got leaked. That's really good with Seth Rogen and Winter Soldier is in it. Sebastian Stan, Pam and Tommy. That's on. Yeah, he plays Tommy Lee. Fake dong though.
In something else. He's in something called Fresh.
Yeah, and that's on Hulu as well. That? That's on Hulu as well. I haven't watched it, but we did a trailer reaction to it on the channel. He's essentially a serial killer, if you will.
He is a serial killer.
So you watched it? You watched Fresh already?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So would you recommend it?
It was good. Like I was just like, Bucky. What are we doing? What are we doing, Bucky?
Well, if you want to see Bucky, but Bucky's Bucky, check out Pam and Tommy. But it's a prosthetic though. They put an attachment on it. But you see a lot of it.
Gotcha.
He got it dangling all over the place. But there's a lot of good TV out there.
100%. I got a question for you both because I've recently started buying things on eBay, and I'm not proud of some of my purchases.
I saw your post earlier.
Right.
I saw your post earlier.
So what I was gonna say was,
I need to know how much you spent on that.
A lot.
Are you serious?
I mean, it depends on what you consider a lot.
Is it over 3 digits?
No. This was in the 2 digits, but you don't even know what it is. I bought a never used 1999 McDonald's supersized fry, like cardboard container thing.
Exactly.
Like, because I'm a
how
child.
How much did you spend on that?
About $30 plus shipping. Because I'm a kid, I'm a child. I know this. I've never been able to see what size that was because they discontinued it by the time I was like gained consciousness. And I just, thought I bought I bought a Happy Meal box of the Super Mario Brothers 3 NES game. Like they had toys and stuff, and they made Happy Meal boxes. So I bought a couple of those. Those I bought for $3.50 though. So that made a little more sense. But yeah, man, supersized fries were huge. I wish they didn't discontinue. Anyway, my question was, have y'all ever made like a ridiculous purchase and like it just did not make sense with the price, but you just still got it because you wanted it?
So we're saying a lot of money for something
like more than what you think the item should be worth, at least. You know, like would you pay $30 for a piece of cardboard from McDonald's from the 90s?
Yeah, that's not bad. Because I was curious when you made that post. I was like, how much did my man spend on that? Because it looked like it was in plexiglass and everything, and like
It is.
well.
The person who took it actually kept it in really good condition. I have it right here. Let me mute myself so you don't hear me, but I'll put it up next to my face so you know what it looks like. In the meantime, I can still hear you through my headphones. Yeah. I want to hear what y'all, like, if you can think of a purchase or anything like that.
Yeah. I got to think. What about you, Tranquil?
I don't know. I feel like you got a lot in that category, Kuya. I really do. Based off your wall behind you, I feel like you are the main offender of this question.
Bruh, right? Like, but I don't consider it crazy. I don't know. I can't think of the last insane, stupid purchase. But I'm a thrifter. Like, I know how to rock. And, you know, because I'm an old head. I've been in the game a minute. Like, let me show you something real quick. I got this joker right here that's huge.
Goddamn, I came back. We're doing show and tell.
I got this joker for $5.
That's sick.
I mean, that's dope. That's dope. $5.
At Goodwill.
Yeah,
look
that's
how big this joker is. It's massive, y'all. It's massive.
It's in good condition, too.
It's 3 foot long, and I got it for $5. You know what I mean?
Amazing. That's better than Subway.
Right?
All
$5 foot long and longer than
a
foot. Like 3
this
feet
is basically this is basically it.
That's wild.
Look how big this is. This is as big as my face, if not bigger.
So the size changed. It got.
I got a huge ass
super size. I would like to see you put it next to a current super size.
We don't have super size. We just got larges now.
They don't.
Yeah, there's no super sizes. We haven't had super sizes for years.
So
over 20 years.
You can order super size.
No, you can't. Where?
At McDonald's.
When?
So really, a large at McDonald's is the super size now.
No, a large at McDonald's is a large.
Right.
That's what that is.
Worked at McDonald's. They didn't ever had that.
You can still supersize at McDonald's because I unfortunately went there.
No, you can't.
Recently,
you can't.
What was did you supersize your order last time you went?
Yeah.
I'm about to go to McDonald's.
I don't believe you.
I'm serious.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God.
Was it as big as this? Was it as big as this?
I don't know, because that's what I'm saying. I'd be curious to put up a current supersize next to that supersize. I think it did get smaller by comparison.
I'm a professional fat ass, and I've been eating at McDonald's since birth. I know that I've never seen something this big.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think I as an old head that I am, I definitely seen it shrink. So I'm pretty sure the current supersize is smaller than that.
So this is kind of what I'm thinking.
I would love to see it against the current size.
This is kind of what I'm thinking. We can even upload this to the channel if you want to.
Okay.
The guy on eBay has 6 more of these. I was thinking about buying another one so I can have one that's mint, but then I can also have one where I can go to a McDonald's, order a large and a medium, and then put one in it, and I can video record the entire thing of like comparison. I don't know.
You know what?
I'm really interested.
Because y'all don't believe me that they currently do supersize, I will go to a McDonald's sometime this week or over the weekend, and I will record myself ordering a supersize fry, and I will send you that supersized fry box in the mail.
It's gonna be a large. It's gonna be a large.
It's gonna be a large. It's absolutely gonna be a large.
That's what I'm assuming, that they changed it, but you say supersize it, and they give you, I guess that. Yeah,
I guess they might have just kept.
But it's now a large.
You want to upgrade your order? Okay, cool. We'll give you the largest thing we have.
And that's what what they're currently doing.
Right.
But you can still say supersize at my McDonald's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm sure that supersize is now a large.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be cool to see that what a current supersize looks next to that
compared to a large.
That you have.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I could even just go to McDonald's and ask, like, when I'm order fries, I was like, hey, can I also get one unused? I'm doing something. Like,
yeah. You get a cat a young cat that works there. They got you.
Yeah. Basically, that's my insane purchase. So
not the worst thing. I do think it's funny that you like that is what you got, because it's like I would have never thought to get like a supersized thing of fries. Like I remember it. I remember when it was a thing. I was very young, but I remember when it was a thing. And everybody got supersized, and it was like, and they stopped it because like they're like, this is ridiculous, guys. We're doing too much. We're doing way too much.
Y'all got me looking got me looking around the studio right now.
Do you remember?
There's another stupid purchase. I got the dopest Goodwill. I'll just say that. I got a dope Goodwill.
Yeah, you do.
Like I got this for $4.
So nice.
Still working Star Wars joint. You ain't gonna believe this.
Damn, Mecha
Godzilla. $4
for. What?
$4, right? And you know how much Mecha God this joint is, right? It's like a they're like
crazy.
Like about 175 or something like that.
Man, I hope my girlfriend's as cool as your
another
wife.
$4 purchase, and this walks and all that, and flies and roars and all that kind of shit. And this shit too. Megatron. Another $4 purchase, man.
We're gonna come visit you. We're just gonna go thrift stores.
Yeah. Oh, there's thrifting wild. Is pretty dope around where I'm at. So like every now and then I'll just like stop like every other week. Let me see what they got.
I believe it.
And there's some pretty dope shit.
It's starting to warm up, Kuya. When should we stop by?
I'm gonna make that happen, man. We gotta work on that. We definitely gotta make that pop. But yeah, it was fun. I think that's a great positive way to end this. Something 100%. And nothing. We gave a little something, this week. Tranquil been in her car all this time. I know you gotta be at home.
I really have. Are
you at home at least? Are you at home at least?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Okay.
All right, well, let's close this up so you can get inside that house and get comfy and do what you gotta do. Hit them up. How can they reach out to you, Tranquil?
Tranquil Ashes, all platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Personal achievement, my Louisa reel reached 2 million views. It officially went viral.
Hey.
Yes, girl. Yes.
Thank you. So, more things to come very soon. Just keep a lookout on my socials.
There we go. Big Roo, what's good?
Everybody knows where to find me at, man. There's Instagram. I actually have not been on social media as a whole lot. I mean, it might show differently from my Insta stories, but I'm really not on there a whole lot. But yeah, Instagram, ROOHKAGE, your boy Roohkage. Always, just love being with y'all, man. It's always a pleasure seeing you guys.
There we go. And you can hit me up at the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. And yeah, I don't know why I buy this miscellaneous stuff at Goodwill, but when you see it for like $4, like I have no place for it. Tranquil's been to my house. Like, I'm gonna put these on a shelf somewhere, but I might just resell it. That's especially why I bought the X-Wing is gonna get like resold. Like it's massive. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do with this Joker, but how could you pass this up for $5 at Goodwill? You know what I mean?
Man, your wife is mad cool, dude. Because my girl hates when I bring home stuff.
So, she's kind of like, well, when are you gonna flip it? Because she knows I know hot shit, and like all this is, that Mecha Godzilla will go for some change. This, a lot of this will go for for bonkers, but anyway, follow me at the Legend Kuya P. I can give you all the good hints on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Of course, Show Pal Show, and here with Roo and Anita, Tranquil Ashes, where we gave you something and nothing at the NRW or at New Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. We're up out of here.
Bye.
Peace.
Boom, boom.